Episode 8, The Last Jedi, spoiler review. We're rolling film right now. What's up? It's Russell here at HHWoodReviews, and if you guys haven't, go ahead and click that bell notification icon to get subscribed. You'll get notified anytime I drop a new movie review, trailer review, anything new, you guys will get notified, so go ahead and do that. Also, don't forget to like and comment after the video. As I said yesterday in my non-spoiler review for The Last Jedi, I was going to be doing a spoiler review. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right into the spoiler review for The Last Jedi. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Yoda being a Force ghost. We knew that going into the movie, there was talk about a Force ghost possibly, and a lot of speculation was, was it going to be Yoda? Was it going to be Obi-Wan? That were the ones that made sense. I even heard somewhere that Qui-Gon Jinn they were saying might make an appearance as a Force ghost. Well, we see Yoda as a Force ghost, and which is kind of nice because we get that reminiscence of the Empire Strikes Back type feel to it. Basically, Yoda coming to Luke and pretty much saying, like, he burns down the tree, and Luke was worried because all the Jedi books were in there. But we learn later on that Rey herself took the Jedi books, so she is going to hone up on the Force. So I thought that was kind of cool. I really liked how Yoda was the Force ghost, though. I thought that was cool, and I thought it was only fitting that it would be Yoda, not Qui-Gon. Or I thought, like I said, I also kind of really was kind of hoping maybe for Obi-Wan too. I thought maybe that would have been a cool idea too. The second thing that we see are new Force wielders. At the end of the film, we see a kid who uses the Force to bring over a broom. So what does this mean moving forward? There's more Force wielders out there. So now we know the Jedi or people that are Force sensitive are out there. The Jedi aren't dying off. So what does this mean going forward in episode 9? Potentially Rey getting in contact or somehow crossing paths with these young kids that are Force sensitive and training them in the ways of the Force. I think that's really cool. I think that really sets up a big picture of what's going to happen in episode 9, hopefully. I thought that was kind of cool. And I really thought that was neat just because we get to see kind of that, like, it played at like Luke type music at the end there with the Force and the kid bringing over the broom. So I thought that was really cool. Number 3, we have Snoke. The one that I'm probably most disappointed about is Snoke. We see Snoke get killed via a lightsaber that's ignited by Kylo Ren using the Force. And to me, I thought it just felt a little rushed because Snoke was such this main villain that we see in in The Force Awakens, and we were curious, what's this guy's backstory? Where did he come from? Who trained him? Who is he? We knew nothing about him. All we knew was there was Snoke, and then there was Kylo Ren's master, and that's all we knew. And it kind of stinks because I feel like they kind of take that away from you because it's like, well, you killed Snoke, so then it's like moving forward, who's going to be the villain in the 9th movie? So that to me kind of stunk, and I really was hoping that we would see a lot more Snoke because it was nice to see him in person in The Last Jedi and not get holograms like we did at The Force Awakens. So I really I question Rian Johnson's decision with this one, but we'll see moving forward what happens. But I really thought Snoke's character, I was intrigued by him, and it was fun to hear all those different theories of who he could be and who people thought he was and stuff like that. That was kind of fun. But now it's like, going forward, it's like, well, will we know anything about Snoke moving forward? Will they explain anything, which I doubt, because if he's not going to be in the film, why would they take all that time to explain who he is or how he became of power? So to me, that kind of stinks, and I was kind of disappointed with that aspect. The fourth one being Rey's past. Okay, so the big question going into the film was, who is Rey's father? Who is Rey's mother? Like, is she going to be a Skywalker somehow? And what we find out is Rey is just a nobody. She's like, nobody knows. She doesn't know her mother and father. They're nobody that are of any importance. And that kind of stinks because we kind of were connecting the dots. And again, Rian Johnson really took it and shook it around and made you think one thing and then went the other way with it. So Rey doesn't know her mom and her mother and father. She was waiting for them to return with the visions that you saw at The Force Awakens. Basically just she had to just let go of the past because she was waiting for somebody that wasn't there or that they did not care about her. So with that, we see that she is just her own person, which I guess I kind of like just because of the fact that they didn't. Rian Johnson didn't just conform and say, oh, well, we better make her related to the Skywalker somehow, because that's how I thought the movie was going, because when she was using the Force to communicate with Kylo Ren and vice versa, I'm like, it's the brother-sister thing, just kind of like Luke and Leia, but that's the misdirection that is Rian Johnson in this movie, The Last Jedi. So I guess I do appreciate that aspect of the film, and I kind of see where, just like everybody else are like, well, wow, you totally got me, because I didn't see them go that direction for sure. I honestly didn't. The fifth thing that we see is Luke Skywalker at the end. Luke Skywalker at the end with the showdown with the First Order. We see, or the First Order. We see Luke with a showdown with Kylo Ren, right there in the middle with all they're aiming all their fire at him, and then Kylo Ren comes out to confront Luke Skywalker, and we see a lightsaber scene. And here, at the end of the film, we find out it was Luke being so powerful with the Force that he tapped into the Force and projected himself as a hologram, and that's what Kylo Ren was fighting the whole entire time. And we see at the end of the film, we see Luke Skywalker with at the meditation stone where he told Rey to sit and meditate and be one with the Force. And we see the cloak just go down. So what led me to believe, obviously, was that Luke Skywalker just was so in tune with the Force, and he used every single ounce of the Force that he had in his body to portray that hologram that it killed him. It was almost, to me, it reminded me of Episode 4, A New Hope, where pretty much Obi-Wan just kind of sacrifices himself and lets Vader strike him down with the lightsaber to kind of sacrifice himself for the greater good. And that's the kind of vibe that I got with this. I got that type of vibe, Episode 4 vibe, with Luke basically sacrificing himself for the greater good moving forward, and that would be the Resistance moving forward with everything. So I kind of like that. I did appreciate that idea. Basically, Luke passing the baton, almost, so to speak. The sixth thing we're going to be going ahead with was Princess Leia. Obviously, this was Carrie Fisher's final film before her unfortunate death, and there was a lot of question about how was Rian Johnson, how was the Star Wars universe going to move forward with this. Well, I thought that the movie overall paid really good tribute to Carrie Fisher. I didn't feel like anything was like rushed with her. I just was like, I was amazed that there was that much footage with her in the movie. I didn't know how much footage they actually had or had recorded by then. But overall, I thought her character moving forward, and it was almost like she passing the torch down to Poe, the pilot, to lead the Resistance moving forward, which I kind of liked because Poe's character in the Force Awakens didn't really have a big role. We didn't see him very much. It was pretty much Finn, Rey-driven type movie. So Poe kind of comes in The Last Jedi and really kind of like stakes his claim here moving forward into Episode 9. So I kind of like the Poe kind of helped leading the Resistance, so I thought that was kind of cool. The seventh one I'm going to go ahead and dive into is the Kylo Ren. Overall, we thought Kylo Ren, there was talks when we saw the trailer, we were like, okay, so wait, Kylo Ren wants Rey to join him, and then we go into the movies and we see this like talk between Rey and Kylo Ren via the Force, and we're like, well, wait, maybe there is a little bit of good in Kylo Ren, because we see a scene where he has a shot to shoot Carrie Fisher and General Leia's ship, and he doesn't put his finger on the trigger to pull it, and he had an open shot to do that, and he didn't. So there's a little bit of good in him, so we're thinking, okay, maybe he is going to go over to the light side. Well, fast forward to the Kylo Ren and Rey showdown with Snoke. So we have Snoke sitting in his chair, and then we have Kylo Ren in the background, and he's Snoke's pretty much like force choking Rey and stuff like that. And so we see Kylo Ren come to his senses and there's actually a glimmer of good in him. He uses the Force to ignite the lightsaber to slice in half Snoke. And we see Kylo Ren and Rey fighting the royal guards and all that fun stuff. And so we see that there was a figment, there was like a small moment where we're like, oh, okay, Kylo Ren may be turning good. There might be good in him. Maybe Han was right. Maybe and Leia was right. There is still a little bit of good in Ben, in Kylo Ren. So the thing that I was kind of, that made me really think, obviously, moving forward, that Kylo Ren thing wasn't going to last. Killing Snoke leaves who in episode 9 to be the villain? It doesn't make any sense. You kill off Snoke, there's nobody else that can possibly be the villain. It has to be Kylo Ren. It would just make sense. So to me, that short-lasting light side moment with Kylo Ren just didn't add up, and I wasn't surprised when he ended up switching it and going back and playing heel. That didn't surprise me. So overall, that was another thing I thought, from the movie. Overall, those were the things that pretty much spoiler territory. All the things that I had listed. Like I said, I appreciated Rian Johnson's vision with this, and it was a bold go for him. All the things that we thought watching the trailer didn't shake out and pan that way, and for that you have to commend Rian Johnson. I mean, he took a gamble, and we'll see what happens going forward in episode 9. There's a lot of questions like what's going to happen. Will we see Luke again? Will he be a Force ghost in episode 9 moving forward? What to make of Rey with the new Force wielders? Will they somehow cross paths in episode 9 in order to lead the Resistance to fight the First Order? So we'll find out about that too. Will there be any more mention of Snoke? We don't know. So moving forward, episode 9, there's a lot of things to look forward to, and there's a lot of unknown too. So that kind of makes the wait for episode 9 even more exciting. So sound off in the comments. What did you guys think of The Last Jedi? Did you guys enjoy the movie? Did you like it? What did you think about it? Leave a comment there in the comment section. Sound off. What was your favorite part of The Last Jedi? Is there things that you did not like about The Last Jedi? Because I know a lot of people were opinionated when they got out of the theaters. Leave a comment down there in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's try to start a little discussion here about The Last Jedi. And moving forward, I'm really looking forward to episode 9, so we'll see what happens from there. And join me next time on How's Hollywood Reviews when I will be bringing a review of Ferdinand. And then until then, we'll see you guys in Hollywood.